I'll take 98. I'll take 98%.
So I gotta go back to Mary on abuse, right? So just the word abuse. So if you're 95% aligned and the woman is putting out when she doesn't feel like it and she deems that as sexual abuse, does that still mean they're not 95% aligned, that there's a lot of stuff that's off?
Yes, if there's to me, if there's abuse like you putting your hands on somebody, that means that it's something else that's not aligning.
But that's not what I just said. I said
still aligned,
if they are 95% aligned and she has to put out when she doesn't want to, and she deems that as sexual abuse, like to her, that's sexual abuse. Are they still not aligned because there's so much stuff that's off?
Right. Obviously their sexual compatibility is not aligned, right? So that already takes out some of the 95%. Because if she's not putting out when he wants, that's something else that's under the triggers of not being aligned.
Nah, the pussy could be good. It could be good. It's just the volume.
But that's what I'm saying. If that's the issue,
she considers that to be sexual abuse.
What?
Right? Because that's how certain types of domestic violence happens, right? It's what you consider to be that.
So are you saying she considers sexual abuse?
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to have to do it. So she's not aligned with him, as you said. She's not being agreeable. She's picking and choosing, but she sees that as sexual abuse. Does that mean that they're not aligned?
I'm trying to figure out how that would.
That he's an abuser.
Like, is he still taking it? Is that why she sees it as sexual abuse?
Maybe we have to break down what sexual abuse is, because people can be raped in marriage. People can be raped in marriage. Yeah. There are situations where men will have women constantly become pregnant and the woman doesn't want to. I've had patients who have come in and they're sneaking to take birth control because they're like, my husband won't allow this. We have to do this. So there's different realms of sexual abuse.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Is it in her
to break this conversation up into so many different parts? Because I think there needs to be a more in-depth discussion on it to break down each type of quote unquote abuse that we talk about. Because to me, it's not all the same. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So to me, I feel like abuse in general is triggered by something else, meaning that you and the spouse or whatever are not aligned, or maybe he doesn't know some things about you. Maybe you're not that open with him about things that you've been through, some kind of trauma. So 95 doesn't exist. You get what I'm saying? So it's like when abuse is associated, there can't be 95%. It has to be lower than that.
But the abuse would be the 5%, right?
Right. So the abuse would be the 5%. So if, for instance, for example, if he doesn't, say, men that force themselves on their spouses, right? He's forcing himself on her. She's considering that abuse, but they're not compatible sexually. So that's breaking down that 95%. The abuse comes from him not being pleasured in as often as he'd like, because she just doesn't feel like it. She's too tired or whatever. So that's we down at however percent. We at 85 right now. You get a so it can't be that high and include abuse.
You get what she's saying, Q?
Yeah.
Kinda, and then not so much. But
so the way I interpreted it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mary, but it's kind of like, okay, the sexual incompatibility is one that takes away from the alignment, and then because of the sexual incompatibility, it leads to the abuse, which then therefore takes more out of the alignment. So it can't be, what I'm saying? So the percentages change.
So the doesn't exist. It'd be lower than that.
Right. So there's more layers.
Shanae with the $5 super chat. Love you, bro, but you're gonna be rotating dudes often because these dudes cheat. Unfortunately, it's in their nature.
That's a shitty mentality to have, though.
She ain't lying. Omega Green with the $5 super chat. Question to the ladies on the panel: what do you bring or add to a man's life that's deserving monogamy? Why should a man only have access to you?
I'm bringing me, nigga.
So that's
don't all answer at once.
Nigga. I'm bringing me, nigga, and I'm gonna add to you, nigga. That's why.
You don't got enough pussy for that.
I'm bringing me, nigga. I'm adding to you, nigga, and that's why you should.
The problem with y'all, y'all say dumb shit like I'm bringing me. He asked you that. He said, "What are you bringing?"
I'm bringing support. I'm bringing making sure that
put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Yes.
So what I was gonna say is this. So now in that same scenario where the woman is feeling like she's sexually abused or sexually abused, let's take that out, right? Let's say the man is not forcing himself on her, but now he has two side pieces. Is that still a 90? That still qualify as a good alignment, Mary?
I feel like it can because of the reasons why men cheat. So if we're talking about men cheating, a lot of times it doesn't have anything to do with us. It's not triggered by us.
Mary, she asked you a question.
That's what I said.
Can you ask her again?
In that same scenario, we're talking about them being 95% aligned. Now he's not sexually abusing her. He's not forcing himself on her. He's just going out and finding two other side pieces. Are they still aligned?
If he's made it relevant that it's not her and he's cheated on her, and I'm not saying a habitual cheater. I'm talking about somebody that just cheated. If you're talking about habitual cheater, that's something different.
What's a habitual cheater?
He got two side chicks.
That sound habitual as fuck to me.
Yeah. Are they still aligned, Mary?
No, they're not aligned. When I was speaking to Ro, I was speaking in regards to one and done. Because in reference to Q being like, people change, things like that, whatever the case may be, are you going to leave the first time somebody cheat on you? That's what I was speaking in regards to the one and done. Now, in regards to two side pieces, you live three different lives and all that shit. That's, again, you're not 95% aligned.
Well, he respecting her though, right? Because he's not forcing himself on her. They get along with everything else. They traveling.
A win for me. That's a win for me already.
But he not disrespecting her.
But that's dependent on, like you said, the girl's mentality of it is different. If her mentality of it is different and their mentality of him cheating is not aligned, then then they wouldn't be the 95%. But there's a lot of women that are aware that their men are cheating because they're not fulfilling them, and they're okay with that. So you know what? They're still aligned 95% because she's aware and she's accepting.
So she got to accept it for them to be aligned.
Yeah, yes, because that means they agree. Ain't that what it means? They agree.
So, Ro, you would accept it?
I didn't say that. I'm not. That ain't my life.
Okay.
But if there is a woman that likes that and she agrees with it, then yeah, that means they're
Ro not accepting shit.
So throw the whole nigga
away. No, none of that shit.
That's crazy. Throw the whole nigga
I
away.
ain't never shared. Ain't that right, cousin?
There's so many more women that are aware and accepting than people like to believe. There's so many more women, and that's within married couples, people that are married. There's so many more.
Mary made a good point earlier. Niggas be talking that shit till them bullets start flying is the point. They say ain't no atheist in the foxhole. So you be surprised what you deal with when you got the right person that maybe made a mistake of that magnitude.
We had
what
last week, and I agree. I think a lot more women off more often than not privately.
Yeah.
Privately.
I think most women.
Yeah, we had a discussion last week about this on POV. So yeah, anybody leaving a good man because he cheated? I might cheat too. So and y'all better not leave me either. And you better not leave me.
You definitely getting left.
You better not. And why would you? And why would the man?
Ain't no man staying with no woman that submitted to another man in that way. You crazy as hell.
So that's not a part of the outlaw of divorce.
Somebody conquered your woman. That's crazy.
I'm asking a question, please, for the men. Is that a part of the outlaw divorce then? If your wife,
let me answer.
I didn't finish asking the question, Ham.
I know what you're gonna say. Y'all been dragging this shit. So, if a woman cheats, that's instant grounds for divorce. Everybody know that.
But everybody, not a man, right? But not a man. I'm asking.
No,
I'm really asking.
Because no, not a man. It's just not the same.
So the law would be written. I'm asking because we talking about laws being written for the past hour.
Yeah.
The law would be written saying, if your wife cheats, that is
no. The law would say adultery. Adultery is what the law would say.
Okay. adultery committed by your wife is perfect grounds for divorce only.
Yeah, you don't have to go through no counseling or nothing.
Fine. Adultery committed by the husband is not grounds for divorce by the wife.
You have to go to the boot camp that Q said go to and understand if it's actually a deal breaker.
Y'all ain't got to go to boot camp. I mean, I'm really trying to figure out, like, did this make sense to y'all for real? Like, this makes sense to men?
Yes, giving dick and taking dick are two totally different things.
What if you just sucked it?
Out of here, man.
What if you just touched it? What if you just a hand job? I mean, what? Like, come on, let's be real.
I said a couple podcasts ago. I said being faithful and being loyal are two different things.
To men. To men. That's the caveat to that statement you just made, Mary.
I'm saying just men and women in general.
A woman that's unfaithful is instantly unloyal.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that. I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I said they're two different things.
And I think the same way about that cheater.
You don't know no better, bro. Hopefully you're learning.
I do know better. I'm do the same thing y'all do.
Q, keep talking to her a little bit at a time. She'll get it.
These niggas is hard headed.
So you only have, so the men only have one out for divorce, right? I'm asking. The men only have one out. Have one out for
that
divorce.
Would be the out for a man.
Okay, and then the women have 0 outs. I'm asking. Is that what the consensus is for the men?
No.
That's not what
Abuse. I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Abuse for the inch of your life, almost half dead. That's your only way you getting out this divorce legally.
I guess, yeah. And no, the adultery thing. If we were using adultery as most people understand it, they would have to go to counseling for the women. Because you guys already admitted it's not a standard deal breaker. You guys already said it out your mouths.
And it shouldn't.
That's why it would take some sessions to understand, and you got to go on that island and make sure you don't get your torch put out.
No, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like, it's just crazy how if we were to cheat, women were to cheat, then there's no boot camp or counseling or
men are like that in real life. Men are like that in real life. If they find out we cheated, they definitely are not going to look at us the same. They definitely are going to go and have an excuse to cheat.
But bro, when men cheat, typically there's no emotion attached to it. When women cheat, that's they lick back.
Or we just want something different. We like new stuff.
They feel like emotions. Men feel like emotions are attached to women cheating, which is why they feel like it fucked their loyalty. Because they know or feel like most women, have sex with emotion or cheat with emotion.
Simon with the $2 super chat. Real black men don't cheat.
That's cap.
Simon Black. John the Baptist with the $2 super chat. Ro brings permissiveness.
Stop the cap.
Come on, John. All right, so those are the two for sure. I mean, I get adultery, but there's qualification to adultery for women. Let me get a couple more super chats real quick. Mike Brown with the $2 super chat. Can I see it? Mike Brown with $2 super chat. Love, stop saying hand job. She old, man. She grew up in an era where porn had music in it.
What do you call it?
Omega Green with the $10 super chat. What's popping? I think a large portion of trauma, quote unquote, women feel about cheating is due to the fact that it deflates their overinflated view of themselves, especially if she's basic. Damn. Hey, I like that one. Damn, man.
Wouldn't we say that's about the men though? That's for the men though, right? That's more so for men.
No, he talking about women.
I know, but I can read. I'm just saying, wouldn't that apply to men just as easy? Because oh my god, I can't even get a question out.
I said I answered it. No. Mary already explained it.
Okay, I heard Mary said. Because men have an overinflated view of themselves. How dare she cheat on me? But maybe you're just basic in the bed. I'm just trying.
No, that's not what it is.
Always.
Q and Mary explained it.
It's not the same. Like love. If your nigga cheated on you, it's because he gotta have mad box. He's a nigga. That's in his nature.
I hear that.
I cheated on him. If you cheated on him, it's because you trying to get a lick back. Your feelings are hurt. you're falling out of love and falling for somebody else. There's some emotional attachment.
There's some type of
That's
connection. Yeah,
different.
it's about a connection. That's it.
No.
Whereas he could leave that box, he could leave that box and come home and be laying next to you and playing with the kids. Good. But when you standing at the sink cleaning them dishes, your coochie start throbbing because you think about that nigga. It's different. It's different cheating.
I literally hear what Mary are saying. I literally hear. I'm not hard of hearing. I understand what you're saying, but don't get it twisted. I think maybe Mary even said it one time. How women, we want to have sex. Like we like dingling. We like dick. We do.
If that was the case, you would have a whole lot more bodies than the two that you claim to have. Love. I'm just saying, it's just the facts. You would just have more bodies.
A higher standard. You're right. But
okay, but that's the point. You hold yourself to a higher standard. Niggas don't. Niggas don't, and that's the point.
No. Why should we hold you all at a higher standard?
You're a girl.
You don't hold yourself at a higher standard.
Because you're a girl. Simple as that.
But that's a lot of what that is. What y'all are saying right now, a lot of when women cheat, that's that tit for tat. That's that lick back. Exactly. It has nothing to do with your nature. Like that's naturally just who you are.
Didn't one of the musical players sit there and say woman's nature is to be a whore, and Mary agreed to it? That's why they tell your daughters don't be whores.
Who the fuck agree with little cupcake zone?
Mary did. She agreed.
Either way it goes, man or woman being cheated on is hurtful. Period.
No. Listen.
You got baby brain.
Weeks ago, run the tape back. Little Cupcake Zone said, "Yeah, it's more prevalent or more natural for women to be a whore." Mary said, "I agree with that."
No, he didn't. No, y'all didn't let him finish. I remember what he said.
No, what I was saying was it's more in us to treat our daughters not to be whores versus
son to be gay.
Yeah, versus trying to be gay.
Yeah.
So I didn't say it's supposed to happen like that. It's just naturally we're gonna treat our daughters like this.
That's what Mary's saying. What Little Cupcake Zone was saying is uninhibited women are gonna be inclined to become whores. That's why women need guidance and they need structure.
That's not what he said, but okay.
That's what he said.
But that's what he was saying. He was saying women that are not taught.
He said by nature. He said
but y'all destroyed him, so y'all didn't even get him a chance to talk.
By nature, though, he literally said women by nature, but whatever.
Y'all hated that nigga, man.
No, we did.
Kevin 39, huh? Y'all treated him poorly. Kevin 3905 with a $5 super chat. Traditional women, Proverbs 31 again. Their husbands had multiple wives. Women never were allowed to have multiple husbands. Still want to be traditional? All right. Interesting. I see you ain't been on in a while. Said once the claps start, just hush for a second. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. And we out.